Good morning. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today. For those who like to catch me as I go live, I got most of you guys watch later. So for the two or three of you, maybe four or five sometimes, that actually like to catch me live, I'm sorry I'm just a little bit late this morning. That's all right. I got a lot on my plate. I can make a rhyme out of that, right? I'm a little bit late. Got a lot on my plate. Okay, anyway. So 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 forgive me for being just a little bit tardy, but that's okay. We'll get it done anyway. Then it'll be up, right? And uh, anyway, I hope you're having a good morning so far. I hope you've had a good week. This is Friday, so the end of the work week for most people. Not mine necessarily, but most people this is the end of the work week, right? So anyway, I hope you have had a good week. I hope you have great weekend plans. I can't wait to get to the Abilities Expo in Dallas. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the newest technology and adaptive devices and the enabling that we give people that is available for people that have disabilities and things. So I'm really excited about the expo and lots of other things that I got planned for the weekend. Anyway, so just pray that Chris breathes. He's up to coughing all night again. So I'm like, well, you know what? He can cough in Dallas, and I am not staying home because he's coughing, right? Anyway, so thanks for joining me. Anyway, this morning as I got up early, I think I was up about 3:30 first, and then I got up early later, and I just started thinking about God's peace and how accessible it is, right? How accessible God's grace is, how accessible His mercy is, how accessible He is when I need Him. And at 3:30 in the morning, Chris is coughing. I'm like, God, I don't know what to do. Give me some wisdom here. He's not. He doesn't say, "Hold on, hit the snooze. I'll be there in about 9 minutes." He's always available. He's always present. He's always right there. And then I started thinking about how I get off sometimes. We sometimes don't stay in a place where we can let His peace reign. And here's what I mean. Let me go to Proverbs first. It says watch over your heart. This is Proverbs 4:23. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life. Okay, He's given us His peace. We can say, I got it, right? And we can put His peace in our heart, let it reign in our heart, and then we go about our lives, our days, our entertainment, and we kind of let that, I'm going to use the term leak out. It doesn't really go anywhere, right? But we kind of let it, we don't make it a preeminence to keep His peace reigning in our hearts, right? We get distracted by a horror movie. I don't, but some people might. We get distracted by this situation or that situation, and we find ourselves always having to come back and say, okay, okay, wait, where did I put His peace? Because I ain't got it right this second, right? And so let's go on with this for a little bit because I don't want to get on too much. Put away from you a deceitful mouth and put devious speech far from you. Let your eyes look directly ahead and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you. So my question would be, what are we looking at? Because what we're looking at, if you look towards something and go that, you're going to go that way. So if you're looking at things that are stealing your peace, get your mind off of them. Take your gaze off of them. Go back and look at His peace again. Don't let something take your attention off of His peace, off of the grace He's given you to carry you through the day. Right? This is Watch the path of your feet, and all your ways will be established. So watch what you're watching, who you're associating with, who you're hanging out with, the types of books you read, things like that. They can all affect you. If you're reading a book and it's affecting that peace, and you're scared, get rid of that book. You don't need that. If you're watching a movie and it disrupts the peace that God gives you, don't do that. If you're hanging out with people and it disrupts that peace, don't hang out with them, right? And I'm saying those as if they're really easy decisions to make. They're not always all that simple, but things that feel like it takes away His peace. See, nothing really takes away His peace. He left it here. It's ours. But when you get in those situations where you feel like, oh, I got to go back and find His peace, something is wrong there. So think about where you're doing, what you're watching, who you're hanging out with. There's a lot to be said, and I watch one particular psychologist. I really like her, and she talks about toxic relationships. There's a lot to be said about that. There are toxic relationships, and that toxic relationship can very easily get you distracted from God's peace. See, God's peace isn't distracted. God's peace doesn't leave. It doesn't say, oh, look what they're doing. I'm out of here. No, no, we've got his peace, but things distract us from that peace, and then we have to go back and try to find it and reel it back in and get our hearts back into his peace so that we can let it rain, right? So if you come across things that make it feel like you've got to go back and find his peace, because you ain't got to find it. It's always right there where it is. It's here. It's present. His grace is always present. I wrote a devotions for caregivers yesterday, and I talked a lot about the play of life and how God is into character development. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy thing, actually, if you think about it. He's into developing this character, and he doesn't waste anything. So no matter what kind of struggles you're going through, he's going to use them. He didn't cause the struggles, okay? But in the middle of those struggles, he's going to use them because he don't waste anything. He's going to use them for character development. He's going to use them to help you learn to lean on him a little bit more. Maybe he'll use them to help you call on him a little bit earlier. Maybe he'll use them to help you remember the peace is right here. My circumstances don't make the peace go away. I can shut it off and ignore it and not let it reign in my heart. But his peace doesn't go anywhere. It's still right there. Right? And so I was talking about that, and then I talked about grace, and I was like, grace is like the supporting role. It's a major supporting character in a play or in a movie or in a book, right? So God's working on this character development, but grace is playing a supporting role because his grace is always intertwined in everything. His peace is right here. So we want to be careful not to turn to the left, to the right. Watch where we put our feet so that our ways will be established. And I'm going to add in peace, right? So that our ways will be established in his righteousness. See, those things, his righteousness doesn't leave. His peace doesn't leave, but we get distracted. It's supposed to say, let your eyes look directly ahead and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you. And they should, our internal eye, so to speak, should be just fixed on Jesus and what he's done for us. And when we keep his grace at the forefront, we keep his peace at the forefront, we keep what he's done for us at the forefront, and we keep the relationship with God, because that's accessible to everybody. There's no list. You don't have to get on a VIP list to talk to God. Basically, really, all you got to do is turn your attention to him and go, "Hey," and he's already got you covered, right? And so you don't have. There's not a VIP list you have to wait to get on. There's not a waiting list. There's not. No, he wants a relationship with you where you are right now, however you are right now. There's no criteria. The only criteria is just come, turn to him. Look, just say, okay, I let that peace just leak right out. So show me how to fill those holes, God, so that I can just walk in this peace. Because I want to be able to walk in the peace that he's given, right? The peace doesn't go away. It doesn't drain out. It feels like it sometimes, but it's all right. His peace, his grace, his love, his mercy. God is right here with you, wherever you are, whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through. He doesn't ever say, nope, that's too much for me. I'm not going there. Nope. Mm-mm. Come back when you can come back over here. No, he envelops us with his grace, with his mercy, with his peace. He supports us. His grace is our strength to make it through any difficulty, no matter what level of do we want to make this, our difficulties are really way up here, oh my gosh, what am I going to do, or are they down here kind of like, I don't know, they're all right, but it's a little tough. Right, no matter where we are, wherever we want to try to make that scale, his grace is enough wherever we are in life. His grace is the strength to get us through that, right? And so I titled this stepping, because we want to watch where we're stepping, right? If something takes away our peace or challenges that peace that he gave, it can't really take it away. It's always there. We just choose to not let it rain. If you find yourself diverting from his peace to do something else, I would not do something else, right? And so I encourage you to just look at him today. Just look at God. Just tell him thank you for your grace that I know is right here. Whether you feel it or not is irrelevant, because what he said is true, right? I thank you for your peace that you've given us, whether I feel it or not. I know it's here. I thank you for your mercy, that I can come before the throne of mercy to find grace to help in time of need. That's a big thing, y'all. Before the queen died, and now that there's a king in England, we couldn't just go over there and go, hey, I want to talk to the king for a little bit. What you got going on? What's up, man? Just talk about your day. Yeah, we laugh because we know how impossible that is, but we have a king bigger than that king, and we have access to him 24/7. So our steps and our hearts should always be, and our gaze should always be toward him. God, I got this situation. How can you help me with this? I need help with this. God, I got this situation. Thank you for getting me through that one. Thank you for giving me the wisdom to handle this one. Thank you for, so our gaze and our thoughts should always be toward our King, and we have total access. Our hearts should always be stepping in the direction of our King because he's got us covered. He's got us taken care of, and he's already provided everything we need to live this life and to live it in a godly manner. It's just up to us where we step, right? You guys have a great day. Peace out. And right now, I'm planning on seeing you tomorrow, but I'm not promising. But it's Saturday. Some of y'all don't watch on Saturday anyway. Anyway, have a great day. Have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. How's that?